G'day guys, it's been a while since I've taken a video to see how things are going. We're nearly on the first day of September and spring is in the air, and this is my Emperor Mandarine, although it's very small at the moment. I'm hoping that they will grow a bit bigger the next time round. So we'll just take a quick tour and see how things are going. Okay, the kumquat has taken to its new position, dropped a few leaves, but the fruit is starting to, oh, very nice, ripen. Loca tree here. The grafts I made a few weeks ago look okay. We'll find out in a few weeks' time if they've taken, but really not much is really happening at the moment. We've had about 4 or 5 days of rain, so it's very, very wet, but I reckon that would hold all the trees in good stead. All the nitrogen and elements in the rain will no doubt help when they start to bloom and flower and leaf up. The mulberry is teasing us with wanting to open its leaves, but yeah, not warm enough yet. Been watching a few other blogs, and a lot of the trees in Melbourne have already come to flower and leaf, but over here in Ballarat, like I said, we're still around 4 weeks behind, so not much really happening. The black amber peach, not peach, plum is opening up. If we go through here, like I said, not really much happening, just very, very slowly. Although the apricot seems to have decided to flower, so I guess this is an early variety compared to the ones over there, which are still bud swelling at the moment. As I go through, I wanted to show you the locust I planted 2 weeks ago, and how far or how much it's actually grown in just 2 weeks. It's amazing the amount of new growth it's made. Keep going through here. The pomegranates are not doing too much. Here's another one that I grafted. They look pretty good. They look moist and dry. So it wasn't moist and dry. They're not drying up at all. So that's really, really good. If I keep going, you'll see that even this locust here, which is a Sewell's prolific, that's also taken to its position and really growing. I'll show you this one as well down here. This amazing tree. This is another one. Oops, I'll go out of the sunlight. And as you can see, the new growth. This is a Bessel Brown, and it's really coming along in just 2 weeks. I'll keep going down to the back here. It's a little bit moist down here because this is where all the water basically runs off into the fields over there. So we had a little bit of flooding, which you'll see in a moment down the back here. But here's the other one, which is a Hertz Mammoth, and even that one, there's a lot of new growth, guys, happening, and hopefully that won't get wet feet from all the rain that we've been having in the last few days. It does get dry here in summertime, so it's best of both worlds, I suppose. But if you see how wet the ground is there, this is the reason why I raised the espalier apple trees off the ground. I just thought that they wouldn't do too well on the ground, but knowing more about apple trees now, I think they would have been okay. But yeah, so the runoff is really from up there, comes through here and out there. Now I've got rocks along the fence line here. That's to stop the rabbits from digging under, and also for the dogs not to dig out as well. So the property is pretty pest proof and dog proof, so we don't get a lot of rabbits in here gnawing at the trunks. Yeah, these are the apricots I was talking about. As you can see, not really much is happening. Not even bud swell really on this one, although this one here there's a little bit of bud swell happening. So I would say that this one will come into flower next. And although there's no real insects around at this stage, I mean there's a few. I mean I haven't seen a bee yet in the garden, so there's no real point of them flowering at this stage. I think a few more weeks would be better. We are going to get higher temperatures next weekend, so I'd imagine that next weekend you'll see a dramatic difference in all the trees that I've planted. The almond here is leafing up, no flowers, which is quite amazing really. Maybe I pruned them a bit too hard, I'm not too sure. The cotton candy, apricot plum is starting to come to flower as well. Here's the other locust. This one is an unknown variety, but because it's probably more in the shade down up or near the house here, it hasn't had the vigorous growth that the other ones I planted have. So we'll see. An apple tree here. Yeah, the apples are last to leaf up, I guess, but I'm sure they will. I'll keep going over this way. I'm still thinking of putting a few more grafts onto this locust tree here. The ones I've already grafted seem to not have dried out. As you can see, it's not drying out. It's actually swelling up a little bit, that one. Even this one here, if we have a quick look, there you go, not too bad. So hopefully, seeing as we didn't have warm weather, I think that's helped quite a bit. But if they've taken and we get a bit of warm weather, I'm sure that they will grow a lot more. Alright, so we'll keep going this way. Like I said, not really much happening, but we'll go inside into the fortress. I was talking to a friend of mine and mentioned that the nectarines and peaches are leafing up, but not many flowers or buds or flowers this year, so I'm not too sure. There's one just here, but overall I thought they would flower first and leaf second. But whereas this one does have a few flowers that are coming up, but not on all branches. So I don't know, maybe being inside the enclosure might not be such a good thing at this stage for flower buds. Here's another one. You can sort of see it's leafing up, no problems at all, but really no flowers. There's a small one just here. There we go, there's just one right there. So maybe because I cut the tips off The apricot that has the variety, I can sort of see a little bud swell there, but not overly excited about that one. It's quite a long sign wood, so maybe I should have kept it a bit shorter. This one here, nothing as yet, and nothing as yet on that one. Another peach, as you can see, the leaves are coming out with full vigor. No flowers. Now that could also be that I use dynamic lifter to invigorate the soil, and the nitrogen in that might have played a big part of causing it not to fruit up and put all its energy into the leaves. So something to think about for next year. I suppose the vigorous growth will make a difference in size of the tree this year, which would be good. But hopefully next year we'll get a bit more fruit. But the funny thing is, this is a cotton candy and did exactly the same amount of fertilizer, and it's got a lot of flower buds that are coming up. You sort of see there's one there, a lot here as well. So you can sort of see the soil is very, very fluffy and organic. They're all like that, but they're all reacting differently. Yep, the quince is coming up as well. I'm not too sure about the graft, but once again you can sort of see leaf, but no real flowers at this stage. This one here is a plum apricot, more of a plum than an apricot, and it does have a few flowers on this one, but again there's quite a lot of leaf development rather than fruit. There you go, there's a bit of fruit there, fruit, flowers there. Like I said, probably not too bad. This apple tree I did graft. I know it's going to take a bit of time for this one to come to life, so we'll just see what happens with that one. The cherry here must be a very late variety. I'm not too sure why this one is still quite dormant compared to the one over there. It's a sunburst, so maybe the shade that's in here, not enough sunlight to get it going. But I'll show you the one over there that gets a bit more sun, is in a lot more advanced stage. Now here's another locust. As you can see, this one's on the inside, and even that one has put a lot of new growth since planting it in 2 weeks ago. This one here does have some flower buds on it. It's another peach. No, it's not, a gold mine nectarine. Pruned it quite harsh, but unlike the other ones, this one does have some flower buds all over it, so I'm guessing it gets more sun. I still think it's that. So the roof must come off this year, if not for this year's growth, but definitely for next year. Here's the other cherry I planted just here, just to let it grow. I'll pull it out of this bed in winter, but you can sort of see there's a lot more growth on this one. This was a graft, but I think this and this and this is dead, and the live one is just through there, so I might have to prune that. Here's another one that's doing really well here, so quite happy with that. The currants haven't come up yet, or the raspberries, but the mulberry cuttings are taking off over there and over here, and yeah, a bit early for the figs, I guess, but we'll see what happens with that. The strawberries are starting to show a bit of life again, but still too early. All right, well, that's that in the back. Have a quick look again, just what I see. So the orchard is just about to come to life. I would say another couple of weeks and there'll be a dramatic difference. Just in here before I go, the persimmon does get a lot of sun, which is nice, but nothing at this stage. Alrighty, so we'll see what happens in our next video when spring is here with the nicer weather.